Okay, I got a little help. It's really a two-person operation because you really want to be careful you don't bend these bars. So usually having one person on each side to hold each corner, and then you gradually flip it over to the side. So that's kind of what she looks like. I built this little deck just for, putting your shoes on, taking them off. It's a wonderful view with the bistro lights at night. And just if you had snow, the winter times that we ran it with the snow, it was really pretty. Okay, so let's take a look at the chemicals. So this is going to be your workhorse right here. So this is just your floating chlorinator. You will keep bromine tablets inside. I'll show you how that goes. And just leave that in there. And then when you do testing on it, and I recommend always at least test it once a week to make sure the water levels are okay, make sure your chemicals are right, but always test it if you have company or getting ready to jump in, just to make sure that the chemicals are right. And we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so this is my little workstation. Underneath the skimmer, you saw where it was sucking the water in. You have a filter. Looks just like this one. At a hole in the bottom, and there's a basket on top of that to catch the big stuff. So the water skims in, big stuff catches the basket, pulls down through the pumps, into the filter, and through. And that's what takes the things out of there. I can tell you that it does a great job. And these are actually, you can clean these. So this is a spare one, but you can clean them. This guy, if I can do it here, but this guy literally, you just put tablets into it and drop it in. This will keep your and there's places in town in Wasilla that you can get bromine tablets. So that's kind of what they look like. Drop them in there. Okay. And then you put your top back on. And one-handed is, I actually had that harness that I was going to put the camera on, but I find it's almost easier to hold on to the thing. And then you can adjust this. I don't know if you can see this, but it adjusts up and down to determine how much strength. The setting that it's at right now works just perfect. Okay, so that handles the chlorination, and I just toss that in and forget about it. I don't try to do any crazy stuff. This is Fix a Leak. This is the best stuff you will ever have. This is a spa maintenance person's big friend. This is kind of like the stop leak in radiators. You don't need very much, so use it as directed. Always want to take the filter out. The way it works is it mixes with the water, and it takes only a little tiny bit to 300 gallons. And it runs through the pump, and when it hits the leak, as soon as it touches air, it hardens. So it can stop a leak up to, I want to say, 1/8 of an inch hole. I mean, huge holes. So if you have leaking, when you fill it up the first time of the season and you start it off, you're going to have drips and leaks everywhere. You're going to see them. They're going to be near the pump. They're going to be some of the fittings and stuff. You'll pull the filter out that's in there. You're going to leave it out. You're going to run it without a filter. Don't even put a basket in. Take the basket out, and then just put the required amount of this in. And then you're going to kind of stir it up every now and then. You're going to let those jets run and get the pump going. and then you're going to stir it up every now and then. And I'm telling you, within 24 hours, even 12 hours, all of a sudden your leaks stop. It's just wonderful stuff. The rest of these, the big one is the pH decreaser. You're going to use this more than any other product because the water, even out of the softener, the pH level is really high. And I will show you that here in a second. I'm going to take it with me, and we're going to do a test. Now, I know already that the chlorine level was low because I was out of bromine tablets in my floater. So it's an easy fix. Now I'm chlorinating. Okay, but this pH decreaser, you're going to see when I do the test, it is exactly high. I mean, it's high every time I measure it because of the water up here. So it takes a little bit to get it down. All right, so this is going to be a challenge, but I'm going to try and show this to you. You see my charts here. pH down here is the one I'm really concerned about, but I'll show this to you kind of as best I can. So you want to dip in, take it right out, take it right over. That's kind of a passive, so that's a little bit, it's not real bad. A lot of times this is scarlet, but if I measure my my acid level is good, the alkalinity is good. Free chlorine or bromine. Bromine is okay, it's a little low, and then the hardness is a little high. But as usual, pH is a little bit high, so this is about all I do. That's about it. It's a good shake. And then that'll usually bring the pH level down. But you can give it maybe, I don't know, a couple of hours, come back out and check it again if you need to drop it a little more. It's not critical, but if the pH is high, what you end up getting is scale on the side. So you get this, your sides of your spa won't feel nice and smooth. You'll start getting that deposits on it. Okay, but basically that's it. Now you have all kinds of other products in here. Spa defoamer. Sometimes if the water, if people are wearing lotions or something, it tends to become more of a bubble bath. So this is great stuff. You put just a little bit of that in there will defoam it right away. Your bromine tablets, you got tons of testers, more spa defoamer. I usually dump from this and put in this little one, and I just shoot this one over the top, and it'll instantly take care of it. Then you have a whole bunch of backup products up here. You have other testers. You have all kinds of stuff up there. Okay. That, I think, is going to complete the spa. The only thing you really need to do when you secure the spa is, and I'm not going to try and put the lid back on one-handed, but that'll basically is your last step, is to cap it. But when everybody's done, what I'll usually do, don't have to, it'll flip into econ mode by itself. I will usually turn that down to low, push this once so it says econ, and then we're good to go. So here's a reference point for you. When you first fill up this thing, you're going to put 300 gallons of basically softened well water in it, and the well water is just above freezing. So it's going to be cold. It's going to be like 35, 38 degree water. That's when you first start. So a question a lot of folks ask me is, well, how long does it take you to heat it? Believe it or not, it heats really fast, relatively speaking, considering how much it has to come up. So it'll heat 6 degrees per hour. And so if you think about that, and you're let's just say you're at 42 degrees and you want to come up to 102 because that's your dipping temperature. That's 60 degrees. You got to come up. So 10 hours. So if you want to run the temperature up on this thing, you just bump it all the way up to 102, set your clock, and probably within 9 to 10 hours, you're going to be at temp. And it'll maintain that temperature for a certain amount of time. It'll keep heating until it gets it there. And then once it gets it there, it'll hold it, and then it'll fall back into the econ mode and drop it down to your lower heat setting. So when you're in econ mode, like right now, this is the time when you can kind of set your temperature for econ mode. And then when you're in standard mode, so that's econ, you're in standard, then you set your temperature for standard. That way it knows I'm going to go 93 when I'm resting. I'm going to go 102. That's 10-degree difference. That'll take me about an hour to warm up. Okay, well, that is the spa. I don't think there's much else to talk about.